Yeah, so top of the day. Good afternoon, good morning. My name is Mustafa Tijani, co-founder and CEO of Aeropaye. At Aeropaye, we built a smart flight refund system for airlines and travelers on their canceled flights. So pretty much we built a technology that enables instant on-demand refund to travelers that affected a flight cancellation. While at the airport, your flight is canceled, you get automated refund or instant refund. You could book with the next available flight or withdraw your money back to your flight bank account.
Mustafa, if you could start your video as well. It had stopped before.
Yeah, can you see my screen?
We can see your screen, just not you.
Yeah, yes. Yeah. So the challenge and the problem we are solving at Aeropaye is the the process it takes for travelers to get a refund on a cancelled flight. When your flight is cancelled, travelers would have to call the airline contact center, file in documentation of the flight. Here in Africa, it takes around 4 weeks for travelers to get refund on cancelled flights. And there's a global airline cash flow problem where cash flow is a serious problem for is airlines are very, very cash flow sensitive with regard to giving, same day refund to travelers. And those are the problems and the challenges we are solving at Aeropaye. And our technology, we design a smart refund technology that's embedded into the airline's booking experience as a special service request. So while you're booking with the airline, you choose to opt for, you check the instant refund service, and that way our system mitigate the time between passengers' refund request and the airline's approval, and also it's permission to give refund within an hour or an hour before after a flight or even less. And it's automated to make the airlines get the credit of reimbursing customers on cancelled flights. Our technology is embedded directly into the airline's booking system. While you're booking, you just check on Aeropaye for instant refund. And our business model is straightforward. We embed our technology into the airline system while you're booking. So we charge the ticket a $5 refund premium fee that applies to the tickets that's purchased from the airline. And also, there's a $10 fee that's charged on voluntary ticket cancellation. So we have two cancellation, involuntary and voluntary cancellations. And for the customer, our customer segment is both the airlines and the airline passengers. So we integrate with the airlines to service the passengers. Longer term, we're looking at OTAs and TMCs as well. And our customer relationship, the technology is not just automated. It's not just automated. We have a responsive customer support 24/7 where we do a follow-up. The market is actually a $1 trillion market, but when we sell it down to just Africa, the total passengers carried by the African airlines are 85 million passengers, which gives us access to operate around the $12.75 billion market. It's a serious value for us at Aeropaye. And why Aeropaye? We built Aeropaye as a smart refund system on demand where your flight is cancelled. And as opposed to airlines forcing travelers to take a voucher, we design our system to give instant on-demand refund. And with regards to the cash flow problem, we don't just give the airlines technology. We still provide cash flow. Our system is designed to issue refund to the travelers. So basically, you have cash flow in-house. We have access to over $5 million cash flow credit, where we give travelers refund and we follow up our money based on the arrangement and the partnership we have with the airlines. We follow up our money within a predefined timeline. And we serve as a form of revenue where we split revenue with the airline as well off of the refund premium we charge. We solve the chargeback problem. There's a higher uptime as well. And our recent traction so far, and our major traction so far, Aeropaye, is the express of interest by the Turkish Airlines and Korean Air to do a pilot program with Aeropaye through the Accelerate at IATA program. And we are in advanced conversation with these airlines and even doing a pilot program, some of these low-cost car airlines in Nigeria. We are low-cost car airlines in Nigeria. We've done simple pilot programs with them. We are fundraising $1.5 million seed round to service 40,000 passengers, where we charge the passengers a $5 refund premium, and we'd be generating over $2.4 million in revenue in the period of 12 months servicing these 40,000 passengers. My team, personally myself, I have over a decade experience working with low-cost car airlines in Nigeria. With regard to finance, we have Mr. DG, Mr. Charles, whom both are the pioneers of the central bank digital currency in Africa. They work with central banks and commercial banks. We have Mr. Johnny Thorson. He's the first founding advisor for us at Aeropaye, We have Evelyn Eze, we have Kristen, we have Abdul Kudus Yunusa, both of which overlook or oversee partnership for us at Aeropaye. Combined, we have over 5+ decade experience both in finance, in technology, just so we make the refund a seamless process both for the airline and the passenger. So at Aeropaye, we built a system, a technology that enables refund based on the predefined rules set by the airline. We give a refund while at the airport your flight is cancelled. You get a refund. You could book with the next available flight, or you withdraw your money into your fiat bank account. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Mustafa. All right, judges, if you could bring your video up, and Mustafa, if you could bring your video up as well, please. Kara, Roxana, Case, Gator behind the scenes judging. Please let us know if you have any questions. Who'd like to kick us off? Kara, it looks like.
If you can bring your camera up, turn the video on. We meant. Thank you.
Yeah.
Amazing.
There you go. Thank you.
I have a question, if I may. This is Guy speaking.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot. Just allow me a quick question, and maybe it's a little bit technical, but for me to understand, for you to be able to refund the customer, this is an add-on service that it will be on the websites of the airline when I'm booking as a customer. But for you to be able to refund me as a customer mainly, and this is impacting me as a customer, what is your relationship in the collection of the payment in the first place? I'm trying just to understand the technicalities of how this actually works. Hello?
Oh, it looks like he's frozen.
Yeah, I thought I'm frozen.
Yeah.
Okay, let's just wait.
Okay, we'll hold for a moment. We can stop the clock.
Maybe the video is having the video on is
It might be.
part of it.
Yeah. All right, let's see if Mustafa joins us back.
Yeah, I'm back. Sorry.
There we go.
I had a network issue, so I'm back.
That's
No
all right.
worries, no worries.
Don't worry, we're going to restart the clock and Case can ask his question.
Yeah, thank you very much.
You hear the question? Shall I repeat quickly?
Sorry, I didn't get the question. Sorry.
So my question is, you will refund the customer if he canceled his flight or anything happened to the flight, correct?
Yeah,
But for that to happen, I'm paying the airline. I'm just trying to understand the technicalities, how this actually work. I paid the airline. You will be able to refund me. How?
Yeah.
The technicalities behind the scene.
So technically how it works is we integrate into the booking system. Yeah. While you're booking as a traveler, you check instant refund service. Then it's going to be added into your ticket itinerary. There's a $5 that's going to be charged on your ticket, and it's going to appear on our platform. So from our own end, it's not just the technology, we have the cash flow to give the travelers the refund. Yeah. When you come to Aeropaye, we give a refund based on the predefined rules that the airline set on our platform. We give the traveler the refund. Then we follow up our money with the airline in a predefined timeline.
I understand. Thank you very much. This explains it. I'll give it to.
Yeah, I would be curious to hear how that integration works with the airlines in conjunction with your sales cycle. How are you integrating into the booking flow, and are they collecting that initial $5, or are you collecting that $5?
Yeah, so we do a split. It's we integrate as a special service request for SSR into the airline's booking system. It's just an API. When you check, it's going to show on our platform, on our dashboard, that you checked, and we are going to our system automatically create a login credential for you. When there's a flight cancellation, you log into Aeropaye. Now, with regards the premium, we split the premium with the airline. So we have a wallet where our share goes directly into our wallet and it goes to the airline. So we also serve as a form of revenue for the airline as well, while solving the refund for the airline.
Thank you.
I don't know if anyone want to ask, if I can ask another question.
My
question is how this scale, because you need, if you want to scale this globally, for example, in the region, if you work with Emirates, Saudi, and a couple of the big airlines, if you want to enable this, you need a big amount of cash to cash flow to stay in your side to make sure that you are able to promise in your booking, because you have instant refund. How this will scale?
So currently, we are testing with low-cost carrier airlines. Yeah, we're testing with low-cost carrier airlines, and with regard scaling, not all travelers that book are going to cancel their flights. We're looking at just 20% of travelers that book with an airline that are going to cancel the flight. So it still requires cash flow. And my team are heavily involved with central banks in Africa. And we have a cash flow credit line from those banks to offset refund and follow up our money with the airline. So it's like a business cycle both for the liquidity providers and for the airline and for Aeropaye as well.
All right, great. Roxana, I don't know if that was your question as well, but we'll kick off with you on the next round. And thanks everybody for the great questions.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mustafa. All right.
Thank you very much.
Great. Okay, next up we have Christina Maltova from Atlaseek. Christina, if you would kindly bring up your presentation and unmute yourself, bring up your video. We'll be able to kick off as soon as you're ready.
Yeah, can you hear my voice and see my screen?
I can. I'd also ask judges to submit your scores and to take yourselves off video for the presentation. Thanks very much. Christina, as soon as you're ready, we'll start the timer.
All right, so let's go. Influencer marketing in travel is broken. 75% of travel decisions happen on social media. But do you know how travel brands and creators work together to shape these decisions? It's a mess, full of tiring manual work and guessing. With over 200 million creators across social media platforms, brands are lacking clarity on their performance and ROI. An influencer agency model isn't working for both creators and businesses. Travel brands receive hundreds of collaboration requests every month, being asked to give free stays and experiences for content. But will it drive impact? Creators get bombarded by brand offers too. It takes over 18 emails and 1 month to close a collaboration with 50% chance it will have an impact. There's no platform in the MENA region directly connecting travel creators and travel businesses. Until now. On Atlaseek Hub, travel brands don't chase creators. They post opportunities with clear offer, requirements, and deliverables. Barter deals, paid collaborations, affiliates, or challenges. This minimizes collaborations to 2 messages and 60% acceptance rate. All creators on Hub go through an approval process. We verify and they're verified and want to collaborate. We are not another influencer platform scraping contacts from Instagram and TikTok. Our creators take 10 trips a year on average. Brands leverage this information and collaborate with creators that are otherwise out of their reach. Whole collaboration flow is tracked on our platform to easily evaluate post-campaign data, ROI, and repeat what's working. Content posted by our creators is outperforming any brand posts, making it the most efficient ad spend. Our AI widget will collect interest from creators directly on your website and recommend the perfect match, making your creator programs more data-driven and removing most manual work associated with creator verification and collaboration. When you approve a collaboration, creators visit your destination or create content on demand and publish on their social channels. They can also leverage our Atlaseek content platform to instantly reach thousands of readers, get additional monetization and reach instead of spending years on growing their own blog. There never was a better time and place for us to operate. As a Dubai-based startup, we're in the hub of rapidly evolving destinations that understand the power of creators and storytelling. Both destination market and creator economy are huge opportunities with double-digit growth in the upcoming years. There are over 500,000 travel agencies, 700,000 hotels, thousands of tourism boards and travel tech companies, all our potential customers. This is where we are 3 months from our official hub launch and pivot to B2B2C. Over 20 clients in 10 countries using our platform, making tens of collaborations that bring spotlight to unique places on our planet, all completely bootstrapped with zero marketing budget in 2 people. Our business model is a SaaS subscription with 3 different tiers. There are other revenue streams as affiliate share from our content platform, partner deals, and more in the future. Our biggest competition is the standard agency model. There are many general influencer platforms, however, they don't fit the needs of travel brands and don't focus on data. Meet the team. We are cross-functional in just 2 people. I'm Christina, the business and product person with background in building digital products. George, my co-founder, is the tech and UX guy. Our strength is fast, iterative approach and constant product validation. We know how to build products. Actually, our MVP was an Excel sheet, and we got first paying customers on that too. Want to reach more customers through the best travel creators on our marketplace? Or have knowledge in travel and creator economy that can boost our learnings? Please connect with me. Let's do something cool together and inspire people to travel somewhere amazing. Thank you.
Perfect 5 minutes. All right. Well done, Christina. Roxana, we promised you the first question for this next presentation. If you'd like to present one to Christina.
And real quick, Kimberly, I think my video is still turned off.
Okay.
There we go. Thank you. Sorry, go ahead.
Thank you, Christina. I have a question, actually 2 of them. With the rise of the AI, we see more and more brands talking about virtual influencer marketing, right? Do you consider this a threat to your business? And if so, do you consider having a feature as such on your platform?
Great question. AI and content creation goes well together, but we know that in travel, everything is about the human connection and about the destination and about the people. And I think travel will be one of the few industries where AI content will, be there, but for real engagement and real showcase of the destination, it will always be connected to people that go there, that talk to people, and that transfer the message. So I don't see AI as a competition or something to be afraid of on the content side. I still believe in the power of human creators, but there are ways how to minimize the manual work or ease the job of marketing managers thanks to AI. And that's more of where we're focusing on.
Thank you.
Sarah, go ahead.
Yeah, could you talk a bit about so this is like a marketplace approach, right? So you have the creators on the one side and then the distribution on the other side. Could you talk a bit about how you go to market on the distribution side and acquire those endpoints to serve the creators?
Yeah. So, right now we're early stage, so everything's super manual and scrappy. All our customers now are either like word of mouth, networking, thanks to some amazing events that we were a part of, especially the UN Tourism Startup Award, and cold emails. So we just approach as many hotels and destinations and marketing managers as possible, talk to them about our vision, gather feedback. It's not scalable at the moment, but it's super important for us to get these first kind of customers that show up for us, that we create case studies on and scale. And the scale model is definitely on a hotel chain side. So we already work with a couple of bigger hotels. They can have licenses across tens or hundreds of their properties. And the same is for destinations. So you as a destination marketing manager responsible for a country, you want to showcase a different region, and you have tour operators and hotels in these regions. As a DMO, you can kind of use our platform as a help for these local businesses to onboard them, maybe subsidize the subscription for them and help them attract creators instead of hiring an expensive agency or, you know, babysitting the whole process.
All right, that's a wrap for questions. Thank you so much, Christina. Thank you, judges. Please submit.
Thank you.
And we will move on to our next innovator, who is a scale-up from emerging markets, Paul Malicki. Paul, please bring your screen up and your video up. And as soon as you start speaking, we will put 5 minutes on the clock. All right, judges, make sure that you take your video down, and we're ready to go when you are, Paul.
Wonderful. Hello, everybody. My name is Paul Malicki. I'm the CEO of Flapper. And that's me a few years ago when I sold my first company. And at that time, I started looking into private aviation as a way to reach certain distant destinations here in Latin America, as well as beat traffic in urban areas such as Sao Paulo. But I actually realized that booking a private aircraft can be fairly difficult. And obviously, at that time, people already started talking about sustainability. In fact, after analyzing the market, it was clear that it is very fragmented with just 2.3 aircraft per operator globally. There's a complete lack of transparency by traditional brokers, no technology whatsoever with no automation, no payment structure, and obviously no sustainability. So here we are. I went to San Francisco, I met a VC, and he told me business aviation is the last large industry which hasn't been digitized. The disruption at that time was a great time, and today is still a great moment to launch a similar business because social media and pandemic eventually made people rethink how they travel. The smartphone penetration has never been higher, and obviously sharing economy is now in all of areas of our lives, less in private aviation. Flapper is essentially your vertical marketplace made for business travelers. We integrate air charter services, shared flights, aircraft sales, and sustainability within the same vertically integrated platform. The main business is on-demand charter, which corresponds to roughly 90% of our revenues. With a fleet of roughly 2,500 aircraft integrated in our inventory, we allow you to book seamlessly private jets, helicopters, commercial airliners within as little as 30 minutes. By-the-seat flights is a way to disrupt the market. We offer them in South America on routes such as Sao Paulo to Rio de Janeiro for as little as $500, catering to larger audience in the region and in the future in the whole globe. We are urban air mobility pioneers with 6 agreements with the likes of Embraer spin-off Eve, Kia and Hyundai joint venture Supernal, and so on and so forth, targeting electrification as our end objective in the years to come. We believe in sustainability as a way to change the market and also increase its size. Our sustainable aviation fuel program, on the other hand, allows you to offset your carbon emissions right after the flight with an innovative book and claim program headquartered in Europe. The business model is simple. It's a 15% markup on private jet flights and 20 to 30% markup on by the seat and empty legs, with an average margin in 2023 of 15.6%. Seasoned team of experts. Myself, I used to lead Easy Taxi before selling it to Cabify. I was with Nubank and Farfetch before IPO. My main partner, Luciano, who's a product head, he had previously worked with Embraer and Accenture, and the rest with Barbara, Manuel, and Flavio. They all boast around 15 years of professional experience with multiple exits, but we also have a lot of young, energetic folks responsible for sales, engineering, and marketing. Latin America has $2 billion opportunity, with Brazil the second largest business aviation market in the world, Mexico number 3, and some very interesting markets such as Colombia and Argentina. Europe is 2.5 billion roughly, very fragmented with many languages and open sky policy. Middle East, an extremely interesting market, high competition, but no single direct competitor, which is technology powered, with UAE as the main market. And then you have Asia with roughly 1.5 billion. Altogether, 25 billion opportunity, especially if you consider that the existing charter market in a country like Brazil is 0.6 billion. But if you introduce shared aviation, that's 0.9 billion. And if you can electrify it in the future, that grows progressively. What's most important is that, yes, we are a scale-up. We've proven a business case for on-demand charters with an aggregated growth rate of 48% between 2020 and 2023. We reached an annual gross profit after the pandemic of 1.5 million. It slightly decreased in 2023, but this year we are already 50% optimized in terms of cost and 30% above the last year's revenues, looking to recuperate this slight bump. We have 2,500 aircraft registered on our platform, safety vetted, checked for quality, and our user economics are very attractive, with the average ticket for charter flights in 2023 of $20,000 and a CAC of roughly $300. The US, look at that, super cluttered, memberships, traditional brokers, technology-powered companies, IPO'd, emerging markets, almost nobody. It's us and a few traditional companies which essentially receive requests and give you an answer. But we are better because we have our own tech inventory, we have an attractive cost structure, low competition, and a truly global vision. We are looking to raise $1 million and $10 million valuation for horizontal expansion to Middle East, Asia, and Europe. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Paul. Judges, come on up. I love the name By the Seat Flights. I feel like that's me. Okay, Kays, would you mind kicking us off with the first question?
Yeah, thank you very much. That's really interesting, and I can relate to this, especially in the 2020 charter flight pandemic situation. My question, when it comes to Scale, from what I understand, that if I need to book, I need to go to the app, and from there I can search and book. Do you think that something will help you Scale to offer this to different OTAs that's available in the market? Do you see this as a cheaper way for you to scale up for this kind of bookings?
So our revenues are roughly 55% B2B, 45% B2C. So 20% of our revenues come from travel agencies, for example. So they also use our desktop platform to look for flights. We send them a commission, and it's just about agility and being able to work with kind of Expedia of private aviation. So we do focus a lot on distribution and B2B as well. B2C product is really to reach the end customer, but our industry is a lot about B2B intermediaries because, you know, it's not easy to create trust with an end consumer. So yes, we do work a lot with intermediaries as such, you know.
Yeah, thank you.
Kara, go ahead.
Yeah, I think this is a fascinating space, and I as you were talking, it occurred to me, at least, you know, from the US perspective, at least, I don't know about other geographies, but it seems you would be competing with, you know, business class flights, right? And so a lot of folks won't necessarily even think of private charters as an option because they assume it's really expensive and kind of out of their range. How do you look at, you know, building that trust or kind of building that awareness among this population that you could serve competitively?
I think US especially has already a critical mass of users. The size of the US market is roughly 18 times the size of Brazil, being the second largest market in the world. So we can only imagine how huge it is. It's 12,000 charter aircraft comparing to roughly 700 in Brazil. So I think that in the US, this awareness exists. The issue is that there are still 600 brokers that without technology offer you charter flights with 20% markup. So the key issue is really educating users that, look, you can do it now using an app. And that's going to probably take some time, but eventually it is also a market we are looking into. We do not really see ourselves as competing with business class like head to head. We see it as a complementary option because there are just so many airports in the US which you cannot reach. You have 5,000 airports altogether, but only around 500 which are connected with commercial flights. So still a huge market to conquer, and probably airlines will not fly to all of those in the long term.
Mm-hmm. Thanks.
Roxana?
Well, a quick question. How do you sell the empty legs, which we know is a constant issue in private aviation?
Yes, there are two ways. One is we are integrating with an API, and the second one is we have more than 200 WhatsApp groups with operators that just literally publish them as they go, come and go, and then we share them, especially on a pay-per-seat basis, because that's even more attractive.
Interesting. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, everybody. I thought I had a lot of WhatsApp groups. Okay. Moving on to the next presenter, Doran Hackerman from PlanYourTrip. Doran will be coming up live next. Doran, if you could bring up your presentation and your video, and judges your scores. Okay, Roxana, could you take your video down, please? Okay, Doran, as soon as you're ready.
Can you see that?
I can see it.
Okay, great. So PlanYourTrip was established about 2.5 years ago with the intention to be the all-in-one travel application for the independent adventure traveler. Now, you might be asking, what is an independent adventure traveler? Well, adventure traveling is basically considered as one that involves a mixture of nature, local culture, and activities that is in essence more active, more immersive. And there's a huge market like that, as we would see. Now, PlanYourTrip basically offers a full digital solution that covers the space. And imagine or think about something like 20 years ago when we used to rely heavily on travel agents. That is still in our memory. Well, this is still the case for many of the adventure travelers today that basically use tour operators as a helping hand in planning and booking a trip. Now, how do we know that? It's quite simple, because our founder basically owned a very successful tour operator agency, which basically arranged tens of thousands of trips like that annually. And this is also how he came up with the idea of PlanYourTrip, which basically is a de facto digital tour operator. And so the goal for us at PlanYourTrip is to empower the adventure traveler to create by himself or herself and experience the trip in a personalized and individual way with great ease and fun. Now, what is actually the problem here? Simple. Both planning and experiencing an adventure trip is a very lengthy and tedious process. It basically involves multitude of sources. You can see here at the graph below, and variety of tools. There is no one tool today that basically is the place to go that encompasses all the required stages. There is no one tool today that bridges between the planning phase, when you sit at home and plan, and actually when you are on the ground experiencing the trip itself. Now look at the graph below, the illustration below, from the planning to booking, to adding trails, to navigation, to adding attractions, to getting real-time guidance, tips and tricks, all fragmented places in all different sides, companies and tools. And we at PlanYourTrip want to change it. And so our solution basically can be described as 2 steps. This is the first step. Out of the planning and experiencing, this, what you see in front of you is the planning. Here you can see the planning tool, which you can experience, by the way, planyourtrip.com. You can see it yourself and try it, which by the way is free. It allows you to create a basic skeleton of adventure trip and then add, omit, modify your trip to create a perfect individualized trip that is good for you. All that in a great fun and in a collaborative way. We use basically both pictorial and textual description, as well as maps, as you can see in front of you. And you can come back to your trip and modify it so many times that you basically want. And this is where the magic starts, when the day has come and you finally are experiencing your trip. You are on the ground experiencing your trip. And here, our mobile app turns from a planning tool to a useful and practical one, allowing you a variety of things. For example, you will get an active tips and tricks information on the go that pertains to your location, wherever you are. And as if you have your tour guide, but whispering through your pocket. You will be able to seamlessly navigate all the points of interest, whether you are doing in-car navigation, in-city walking, hiking, in the mountains, everything, no matter what and no matter where, it will be seamless navigation, and it will turn automatically between the different states. This is not enough. You will be offered relevant hiking trail contextual to where you are at, and we'll be able to add them on the trip as you go and navigate to them seamlessly. Also attractions, which we all use, that will pop on your screen as you go and wherever you go, contextually to where you're at. And lastly, our local heroes, the men on the ground, are just one click away from you. Everything I'm showing you here exists and live today. Now, this is a word about our local heroes. talking about, and we believe that people make the difference. We believe that people like and sometimes need this human touch. And so we
Okay,
assemble.
Lauren, sorry, we're gonna have to stop you there. You're over time, and we'll bring the judges up. You ask some questions, or you can fill in some of the blanks for them.
All right.
Come on back.
All right.
Who'd like to ask our first question?
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Could you talk a little bit about your commercial model? Like, how are you planning to monetize and kind of talk about the cost of acquisition as well?
Sure. So in the basis of it is a subscription, B2C subscription model in which we charge about between 8 and 10 euros per month per customer. And then on top of that, there's some add-ons, but the basis is that. And there is, of course, a freemium model in which you get everything you see as you can download it for free and use. And then on top of the several services.
Okay, thanks a lot, Doron. Just a quick question. How it scales? Because I checked the website, you have a couple of things available, a couple of destinations. So how you curate the content? Maybe you did not get time to explain it. So just for me to understand how you create the content and how you will scale it.
So because of the physical agency that we used to own, we know that out of the 180 different world destinations, there's the top 40. Right now, we cover 30 of those, and we are adding them at a pace of 2 or 3 per month. And the local hero that we have in each of the market is key to adding those destinations to basically curate the information in a proper way. And of course, we're using also AI, but it's based on humans that basically curate the stuff.
Thank you.
I have a question as well. I mean, you have so many offerings and so many products on the platform, right? How do you tackle marketing? How do you communicate all these products, you know, efficiently to the audiences? Because I find it really challenging to explain the model.
It is challenging, but you know, the main challenge there is to crack the challenge of trust. Because it's a B2C thing, we need to be trusted by people. And we do that through partnerships. So partnership with known travel content websites and travel operators that basically see it as an augmentation to the services that they offer. And that's one answer. And the second is micro-influencers that we also are using.
Thank you.
Any other
Do we still?
Yeah. There you go.
Go, Kara.
I was just going to ask about your acquisition strategy. How are you planning to acquire customers?
So as I mentioned, it's about partnership. We have established certain partnership with travel content websites, very known ones, and as well as airlines, car rental agencies, etc., and tour operators that see it as something that they can offer to their customers under the name of PlanYourTrip.
Right. Are you paying them for that exposure, or
no? It's
a rev share
revenue
on the back end or
revenue
something?
share
Okay.
reverse one.
Got it. Thank you.
Okay, great. Thanks, Doron.
Welcome.
Okay, that is a wrap for our emerging markets segment. So we've had some really interesting presenters today: a flight refund system, an influencer marketing verification and management system, private air on-demand charter, and adventure trip planner. Kara Whitehill from Thayer Ventures, Roxana Nicolescu from Wigo, Case Amori from Almos Affair, and Guido Becker behind the scenes from Trapi are our judges for emerging markets. Thank you very much.